Hello there, my name is Retro. Like to talk about animation. Today we talk about a new anime series called Daemon from Netflix. Now, I do recommend watching this anime. It is actually really good, but it's not for everyone for one simple reason. It's sort of kind of weird. I mean, it starts sort of a little weird, but the longer you keep watching, the better it more makes sense later on. It's one of those that kind of throws you up for a few couple of seconds, especially the first episode, because you're really not sure what you're actually going into, especially our main lead, who is sort of oddball that his world that have like a bunch of animals that are called Daemon, but sort of man created by accident, but this sort of kind of factory created these creatures, but they sort of escaped. Yeah, I mean escaped. They're basically like seeds, and these seeds flows off the air and landed somewhere else on the other side of the world, and they grow and become a different type of animal. But each animal becomes sort of dangerous or not dangerous because they're not really trying to attack people. They're trying to just survive. But I love it, these animals are basically Pokemon, but kind of more realistic take. Because let's face it, when you see an animal, you run away. You know they're dangerous. What if Pokemon are that kind of realistic? Yeah, they're gonna be dangerous. But our main lead took care of one of these Daemon creatures and sort of developed him, make him his own pet, even give his own name, even that his classmate, his teacher, his own mother says it's a bad idea. But of course, the kid says no because he really wants to and convinces his own mom to keep this pet. Then once more, you think that's sort of idiotic. But later on, you understand why her mother said yes. It's because our main lead is not gonna live that long. So yeah, why not? It's not gonna take that long. At least if what we know, we don't know the kid knows he's not gonna live that long or not because he have this sort of scar in his eye that is basically a seed stuck to his own skin. He got affected that he's just waiting like a ticking timer to actually give birth and basically kill the kid. That's sort of dark and messed up, but that's not the focus. You think, oh, to be his demon and his boy raising up the last couple of years. No, this thing get us twisted around in the end of the episode. You realize you also have other people who are called kind of demon tamers. They tame other daemon to kill other daemon. It's a sort of a job, but they're very questionable people and very disturbed. In fact, the first time they met one of them want to kill our main lead and their pets because this daemon that our main lead has is sort of special that he can actually try to teleport things one point to another point, but he sort of store them. But not just store them, save it as exactly where you left it. Like you make pasta fresh, warm, cooked, or the main lead's pet daemon can actually suck it up and hold it that temperature for a week, a month, a year, and spit it out exactly how you left it. So this daemon is sort of very special. Like you don't know why he do this or why he can do this. But unfortunately, this is the reason why the government wants this daemon specifically because of that special ability. But that's basically the kind of like the first episode. It sort of evolves after that because they trying to run away till, spoiler alert, her mom dies because trying to protect the boy and his daemon, and they're now trying to figure out, okay, we have to save our mom. We know there is, at least we hear a myth, there is a daemon can bring people back to life. So they decide to store her mom to their own daemon and go this sort of road trip to find that Pacific daemon could actually give someone back to life. But this is the thing, is now they have to worry about the government. Also worry about other people who know they have a worry about this kid is his own daemon. He also worry about the basically the religious people who thinks daemon is sort of a sin. And you'll love this anime because it really focuses on a lot of different point of views, a lot of different people in their own culture, how they receive Daemon, how this kid that you know he start talking, the reason why he left his hometown, going this other place to looking for this Daemon, they probably would stop him. So he just says, "Oh, I'm trying to save someone. Oh, I need looking for this specific person or something like that." Not to worry them, but yet it's still a kid walking alone in the middle of nowhere. Even that had to be very specific. The world this kid live in It's basically apocalyptic. That you still have society, you still have the government, but it's more like kind of like the Wild West. Like you have the government, but they don't have the budget to give you or give someone to hunt this other person down because it's the city. We can't do anything. We can't hunt down like a wild animal or anything. We have to pick our battles very wisely. And that is just sort of interesting because at the very end, every time he walks or goes a different direction, he always could be in danger. He doesn't know who to trust or not to trust. The only thing he can trust is sort of the Daemon, but even that is sort of a questionable thing because they're still wild animals. Like some of them are not dangerous, some of them they are. But this is the comparison what I'm trying to say of this sort of like a Pokemon aspire kind of anime because this creature has special abilities, but they once in a while they actually question why they have special abilities, or they go to a certain location that some Daemon activate abilities, like not gravity, like they have no gravity around. They have to walk very carefully to point A to point B, but yet marvelous, yet you feel amazed of the power they have, but they never really hurt you. They're just using it to because they have to get rid of it or something that instead of your interpretation of the moment, how this kept passing around that moment. And that's what makes this anime so interesting. Even that I have to say, at the very beginning, it's super weird, it's super out of left field. And one of those animes you're not sure did I actually want to see it? Because the first episode just sort of kind of throws you off. You're not sure you're into it. Especially our main lead is just strange because he thinks his Daemon is adorable, that he looked like a burnt chihuahua and have many eyes. That he thinks is adorable. Everybody looks at him like, you're kind of strange, kid. It's weird. It's something that will turn you off. You want to shove this anime off. But I recommend it. Watch 2 episodes. I mean, believe me, you want to know what happens next. Especially you don't know if the kid can actually make it all the way he needs to find this specific Daemon. But I love it that this is sort of a very gray universe. Like you can't really trust people, but they try to explain people's sort of motivations. Like there was another demon tamer that he is not evil, but because his situation, he had to become an evil person because he had to save his brother. So yeah, you understand why he had to act like a demon, and that's sort of interesting. It's sort of that question: what would you do in this sort of apocalyptic world? Do you give up? Should you continue on, trying to save your own parents, or just move on? It's just so many odd questions. It also adds more questions why these creatures keep evolving their special ability, why people don't use them their full capacity. If they do, but sort of a realistic way that actually abuse these creatures whatever they need. And you show our main lead, he's not abusing it. He's asking him, you allow him to use his special abilities to see to benefit him, he could benefit the demon. And that's just sort of interesting because he just takes a lot of good approaches. Specifically, the action is very creative. He also there's a lot of violence. I mean, episode 1, the bunny hunter beat the crap out of little kid. I mean, quite literally beats him up because he wants his Daemon, but sort of invisible. And that's because he doesn't have a special gadget. It's because his own Daemon can actually turn himself invisible, but a different type of invisibility. Like very just clothes or just your skin, the whole body, the whole mansion if you want. It's just for you to stay inside. You see through. And that's sort of creative, but they never show you his full potential. It's just the middle of the battle, the middle of the creativity. You just, oh, yeah, I'd probably use the same thing if I was that guy's position. And that's sort of interesting way they do this sort of fight scenes. Of course, it's very violent, very gory, but at the same time, it's sort of PG-13. That's sort of a middle line because it really feels it wants to be sort of like a radio horror or MA-17, that hardcore grit, and it sort of stays back, reminds itself, oh, we like, we are like PG-13, we can't go that far, but it feels they want to go direction. The only reason they hold back is because it's PG-13. But yes, again, it's still really good. It's really dark and kind of messed up, but yet very interesting because it sort of keep asking you this question: what would you do if you're the main lead situation? And it's just sort of interesting, especially how this world collapsed. You're just wondering, it was the explosion of the factory who created this demon, or it was that before they actually was self-destructed. And that's a lot of questions that it builds to the very end, explains everything what happened in this world, and if you hoping this kid can actually accomplish his main goal to find this demon who saved his own mother. If, because once more, it's still a big ass question that you have to wait to the very end to actually answer it. I won't ruin that much. I barely scratched the surface, but you get the idea because you just feel for the kid and his daemon because at the very end, they just want to be left alone and have fun. And you just get it, especially if the kid is living in a time to be lived. You don't know this daemon does exist, can save himself, is a mother, or the kid not yet fully realize he also is in danger. We just don't know because it's just little by little, it's just leak out information. And also, I don't want to spoil it, but other than that, I highly recommend it. I'd be warned, it's strange, but it's worth it. Now, I got really nothing else to say, just thank you for watching, don't forget to subscribe, and have a wonderful day. Bye.